I put this up for $5. I don't know, would you pay $5 for this? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. As you just saw, I have a solo stove, and I picked up a bundle of firewood literally from my firewood stand. So I had an idea. The goal today is to confirm that my bundles, at least my bundles, and probably my racks, but in terms of the wood that I sell at my firewood stand in bundles, and I guess kindling to start it, does that burn well in the regular size solo stove? So we're going to test it today, so stay tuned. And the purpose of this is, can I market my firewood on my ads for customers who have one of these? Now, a part B to this video, or to another one, is going to be the Solo Mesa, I believe. It's like the mini one. It's in this plastic container. I'll bring it out to show you a little later. But so I have two Solo stoves, the regular size one and the mini one. So if we have time, we'll get to this one if my wood can burn in here. But for sure, we're going to try to start in this big boy. Let's get to it. So first, what I want to do is take it out of this carrying case. I'm aware that these solo stoves are very popular right now, and they're very expensive. So it's good that at least the bigger one came in this very tough, robust case. I appreciate it. And so I am borrowing this stove, or these stoves, from a neighbor of mine. I'm a part of a local countywide dads group, and I posted on there, and a guy local to me in my hometown was willing to let me borrow these stoves for the purpose of these videos. I didn't feel the need to buy these stoves just for the purpose of this video. I don't see why I would need one of these to burn myself, but yeah, let's see if we can start this. All right, I picked up a small a bundle of kindling from my stand. We're using that, tearing up some paper for the kindling in here. Use a few of these pieces. All right, matches. Goes to the side. Oh, stay there. Open up this bundle. I know what's in here, but maybe other people won't. This is going to be maple. Let's start with the smaller piece. Oh, we got some birch in here, like this, and then this is some maple here. All right. Matches. A little windy. So it's 75 degrees right now in the Seattle area. Cloudy sky, a little breeze. It's nice though. Match. So thus far, here's what the fire looks like. Now you can see the length of the cedar kindling. Fits in there perfect. Some of the wood fits in there perfect inside, others are kind of outside, but more or less it fits in here. So I'll let that start. Looks like it's catching at least the cedar kindling, which is good. Look at that flame. Woo! You hear the popple, the snap crackle pop of the cedar kindling. Look at the logo down there. That's nice. I see smoke. That's good. I hope it's catching down there. We'll check it out. Alright, so after some coaxing, the fire is going. Definitely can hear the snap crackle pop of the cedar kindling, which is awesome. Honestly, I did not read the instructions or YouTube how to burn with this wood stove. I just make a fire how I usually make a fire, and that seemed to work. I'm not sure if the wood needs to be like down in there or not, but I think it's okay being kind of off the side leaning. But it sounds like that is a fire. I like how the cedar will pop and it kind of echoes in the drum of the stove, and this whole setup reminds me of like people taking an old dryer drum or I think a dryer, the washer drum maybe, and taking it out from the carcass or the machine and using that as a big burn barrel type thing, because that would already have holes in it, right? And it's very similar to that idea and concept, and but this here would be a lot more money. So I believe my bundles of wood are just small enough, lengthwise and widthwise to be able to burn in the solo stove, the main one here, as well as my kindling seems to work just fine. So therefore now I could mark it on my ads that my firewood definitely will burn in the regular solo stove. So I am super stoked about this. I think there's people who are iffy, like they want to buy the name brand, or if you go on the solo website, I'm sure there's firewood for this stove specifically available to purchase. I hear that there's, for the mini one, the Mesa, there's firewood that you can buy on their store, the official pieces. But yeah, so this is all great. I hope that this was helpful, at least for a few of you. Now let's let this burn down, and let's move on to the next stove. So to the right you see the regular solo stove kind of burning in the background. I got this mini one here, and I got this idea last night and I got super excited. I couldn't really almost sleep because I was so jacked about this. I did this idea. I kind of got it from the YouTube channel Outside with the Morgans. I believe that's how the title is. So I'll leave a link of their channel and the episode, at least, that for this idea. They bought one of these and tested it out, and he actually made firewood for it. So I'm going to, my plan is to see if, kind of like the regular stove, if my firewood will burn in here, and if not, what we can do to make that happen. So this is the stand that goes up to bring the stove off of the table, the ground, or whatever, like that. This is the top cap, the lid. I think he had it like this, but came like this, so I'm not sure the picture of it. This insert apparently is for pellets. This put right here, and then inside is just kind of like mesh. So we have our stove. I won't use the pellet. I'll put that aside. Put this cap on after the fact, after we start it. So similar shape and setup. I think there's more mini holes on the base of this one as opposed to the regular Solo one. It has just a solid ring of holes at the very, very bottom. And there's no stand for that one because this one here can, I think, is the whole purpose is for it to be on a table or someplace, so it won't burn the table. So here's my bundle of kindling from the first one, and I mean, that's not gonna work. I could break it in half, like so, and that may work, but I mean, this one I can't break in half, and that's gonna be like this. So, to the question of, can my firewood currently burn in here, even if I wanted to use my bundles, that's not going to, it's going to be like that. So the answer as of right now is no. So to be able to remedy this, to get wood like this or similar, or my kindling to fit in here, I have an idea. Something that the YouTube channel or episode that I mentioned, he made his own firewood. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll take it one step further. And again, I think he mentioned on the episode that you could buy a 3/4 of cubic foot box of small little pieces from Solo Stove, and it was like $35. So, and then he did the math of how much that would be per cord, and it was crazy the amount of money. But then again, the amount of labor it would take to do that is just nuts. So I have an idea of how we could make firewood for this. So let's do that now. So before I show you the next step, to get an update on this one. It's kind of dwindling down. The kindling is almost gone. The main piece of maples are burning. The birch is almost gone, so I'm gonna let that go down. I believe it would make sense that it would be the shape and size to conserve the wood, so it would burn longer. So it's not in the wind, but have access to air. The wind would make it the wood burn faster in terms of the air, the access to air and wind, perhaps, or maybe. I don't know the purpose of it, but it seems to work fine. So, yeah. So this is some pieces of cedar that I got from my cedar guy. They're cutoffs from his lumber that he gets milled down. So my thought is not having to recut or resplit my cedar kindling, but use this cedar and trim it down some pieces for my purposes for the stove and afterwards. So I think these pieces here would go well, and we'll use these next. And then we walk over to where the spruce is and all the spruce bark, and I have a pile of like 1-bys and the different wood scraps that I use for my pallets and my bins for my wood. So I think I'm gonna use some of this pallet wood because you're burning it outside. So if there's any chemicals in here, if it was treated, I don't see it branded, but if it was treated with something you burn outside, it should be fine. So we'll use these to cut down. So let's see what we can do. you just saw, using my table saw and my chop saw, or a miter saw for some of you, able to rip down, oh, and make a noise over there, rip down some cedar pieces. Oh, that smells amazing. And then some 1x from pallet wood. I can't tell what this is. It feels like a hardwood. May not be pine, but it definitely will be good, I assume, for this. Let's see if these pieces fit. So, putting them in, you can't see them from the top. I think that may work great. So, I didn't do measurements or give a preface when I was doing the sawing. I more or less ripped these down to a 1/2 inch width on either side, and then more or less, and then to length 5 inches. So that's what the previous episode did for the channel I mentioned earlier, and that seemed to work great for them with this stove. So let's go ahead and use this wood and see if this burns for us. All right, so I have the mesa prepped, 2 cedar, 2 of the other wood, some newspaper, and let's see if she goes. I believe you put this on, is it during or after? I don't want to burn my fingers, so is it like this or like that? Let me know in the comments if you know. Jesus. There we go. Okay, so that's that. I still see flames. Wood's catching. So as this is going, I want to ask you a question, and leave your answer in the comments. If I went to go, so my plan is to market this wood. I think it's worth the time to spend to sell this wood in small bundles at my firewood stand, using the saws you just saw. I already have them available. I'm not talking about like boxes upon boxes of these for sale. I'm talking about just like a bundle of like a few sticks. So each bundle at the firewood stand would have maybe like 3-4 sticks of cedar to get you going, and like a handful of these ones to sustain it. And trying to blow on the mesa here. Sounds good. So it caught. So what I was saying, just like 3 or 4, maybe 5, make an even number of kindling sticks, and a handful of the regular wood, hardwood sticks, and so market it as mini solo mesa firewood, so people don't have to go around. I think on the box it said on the episode that this is good for twigs and sticks. Well, I mean, not everyone has dry sticks and twigs around. It's already dry and ready to go, and they're burning outside, so all should be fine. So I don't know, I may say I max like 2 of these bundles a weekend. So it's not like I'm using a lot of time making these rips, and they don't have to be perfect as long as they fit in here, which this seems to work fine. Catching on and burning, cool, very cool. So my question is, how much would you pay for like a handful of cedar, or like 5 sticks of cedar and like a handful of this wood to burn for an evening? I'm thinking 5, but I mean, with the labor it took to do this and time to bundle it, I assume I would bundle it as opposed to putting it in a box. Maybe a box would be good. I don't think my bundler would fit around it. I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll let you know about what I do. All right, so there you have it for this episode. This one here is still burning. I think I kind of like the ambience. I get why someone would want this. Definitely not for me personally, but it's cool. So I'm gonna see if I could market this at my firewood stand, and I think that would make some money. And then for sure in my ads for my bundles, say that it's perfect for the regular size solo stove. So I did this. So this was a good experiment. This one here, this is still kind of smoldering in here. This is now lost its flame. I need to add more. But I think both these stoves are cool. Again, like not for our family, but I think that it serves a specific demographic, which is great, and I hope to tap into that demographic in my firewood sales. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you much for watching. I'll see you next time. P.S. Trying to bundle these is seemingly being a hassle. Obviously, this short pieces can't fit in my regular bundler that you have seen, so having to do it by hand, which is a chore. I'm gonna try to use my dollar store wrap, since this is light duty in these bundles and not very big. So I'm gonna see if I can do this. I don't know if I can build some sort. I'm not sure if I can build a jig for this or how many I will sell, but I think this is gonna work. And then let's do this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, even, oh, gonna fall out. So I think that would, I don't know. I think this is gonna be enough. I have several pieces of like 5-seater, the rest is like a handful. And I put this up for $5. I don't know, would you pay $5 for this? I guess if you can spend $150 on a mini, then you can afford $5 for a small bundle like this. I'm gonna try and see if it sells, and I'll get back to you on another episode or a short on this. But anyways, so thanks again for sticking around. See you next time. Cheers.